In your theater, by the way, anyone watching this, like if you haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, this is publishing
last week.
like mid-June at the earliest.
Yep.
You need to pause this video.
If you haven't
right
seen
now,
it, go.
Leave your home or place of work or fucking whatever. Go to the nearest movie theater and pay to go see Wonder Woman. And I will not apologize for spoilers here because that's on you.
Yeah.
Go see Wonder Woman. Okay, the rest of this video. In your theater, during the big reveal, this is the look for proof.
Yeah.
During the big reveal of
that,
who Ares actually is.
You're on video grabbing at all those
they show his mustache.
Bad.
Did that make
But I know I was drugged.
everyone in your theater laugh? Did
Yes.
that make you laugh?
I was
I'm
like,
just telling you how the cops
I
in
did have a
school
bit of a
look at
chuckle.
this.
Okay, I
It
don't.
doesn't exactly.
Like, I spent probably the better
Make
part
me
of
feel
10
so
minutes talking to the group I saw this movie with
okay.
after the movie.
I just don't
I
want you to get hurt anymore.
Fundamentally
That
don't
seems
understand why that's
impossible.
funny.
It's just because, like,
That's your answer?
they go through all this trouble to set him up
There are other
as
things
the,
going on
like,
that might
British,
help you.
But
you
not
know,
right now.
military
So I
guy
can
who's all
walk
prim and
down the
proper
halls
with his
and people
mustache, and the
calling me a
mustache is
viral
part of that
slut.
aesthetic.
Thanks,
And then they're
Dad.
also like, oh, he's Ares, god of war. And I think a lot of people who are seeing this movie have played God of War and seen Ares in that game.
Good job, Doctor.
And he doesn't have a math teacher mustache in that shit. And like it's like not a thing that is damning to the movie by any means, but like it's just one of those
It was to a lot of the people I saw the movie with.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, that totally took me out of it. That was so fucking stupid. And I was just like, it's a fucking mustache! Literally, people throughout since the invention of shaving.
Yeah.
Some people have been like, hey, what if I leave the stuff on the upper lip there?
I mean, it's just that like you'd think that like 5,000 years ago or whatever the fuck he would just kind of look a little bit different. I mean, he's a god and all, but like I don't know. What kind of made me laugh more actually was when he puts on the like super fucking Dark Souls armor at the end. And like you can still see the mustache underneath. I thought they would do like a shadow face kind of thing, so that he'd go like, you know, full god of destruction. But it's like no. It's,
Man, I
it's
think
still there.
mustaches are just funnier to people than they are to me.
I mean, I played all of Metal Gear Solid 4 without minding the mustache, so.
It just feels like a gap here.
But here's what I'll say about that the whole thing is that like he was cooler to me as a villain before he put on the super badass armor, like because I mean. The way they designed that character aesthetically is like he is a living incarnation of the patriarchy, you know? He's just like a old white British dude.
Patronizing.
Yeah, and like he doesn't move, he doesn't like do Super Saiyan attacks or anything. He just like moves shit with his mind and destroys Wonder Woman for a little bit.
That moment when the sword just dissolves
yeah.
into his hand, that was so well done.
That was really good. Even though I totally saw that twist coming a mile away, it was still really good.
Of course.
Yeah. But
Rather than having Baron Dusseldorf, or whatever the fuck his name actually was,
yeah,
be the red herring for Ares, I wish they had pushed
poisoner?
Dr. Poison.
yeah, that's like,
Murder
I
as
thought
the
that
red
was
herring.
I thought that was what they were gonna.
I mean, I was sitting there wondering, like, obviously he's a red herring. How hard of a red herring is he?
Yeah.
Is it actually her? Is it someone else entirely?
Hello, young Max.
Ugh!
Oh God.
The early morning,
Red flag
They
in
give
his
him-
tone of voice.
Such a creepy voice.
and I can feel the animals waking up with me.
Okay. Animals.
That's one thing I truly love about Arcadia Bay. It's all those cool animals in the forest.
The squirrels always come in the morning for food. I can hear them whisper.
I wonder if Max's angle here is to be like the guy that doesn't get killed when he eventually snaps. I saw a doe.
Don't laugh, but I saw a doe that seemed to be looking right at me. Like it was trying to communicate.
Oh, that's your spirit animal. Nothing weird there except
Okay.
you saw yours.
Alright.
Your sign about your destiny. What do I know?
This man has a very rectangular head.
What shape of head is a compliment?
So, what did you think about that freak snow shower yesterday?
Another message from the earth to get our shit together. I will say that Samuel hasn't seen anything.
But anyway, Wonder Woman.
I so don't want to get in the way of your
Fucking
morning
Gal
ritual.
Gadot is really a
See you
treasure.
later.
Yeah.
Like,
course you will.
gosh darn, her facial expressions, like every little comment. I was just like, I was so happy about
My
that.
mom asked me today why the Scientology cross is on Gal Gadot's tiara, which I don't think it is.
No,
I
it's
think it's just an 8-point
Resemblance,
cross.
yeah.
The Scientology cross is always presented
Taylor.
with the
Hi, Taylor.
sort of main Christ
because you were
cross
nice to Victoria
parts
doesn't mean I'm happy.
squared off,
yeah.
and all of the points on
I don't
Wonder
wanna
Woman's
fight with
tiara
you or
come
Victoria.
to actual points.
Instead of smack talk,
But
let's
once
just
I was
talk.
looking at it really closely to find out,
You
holy
okay?
shit, did Wonder Woman's
Well,
tiara
I'm
have a
not doing anything
Scientology
at the moment.
cross on it?
So talk.
It occurred to me, it was kind of a missed opportunity to have a 6-pointed
Kate is
starburst
really upset about the video. All this gossip
on
is
Gal Gadot's.
Yeah.
That's what happens
Wonder
when you preach to
Woman's
everybody
tiara.
about sex.
God, the fucking alt-right conspiracy theorists would have lost their fucking minds with that shit.
I don't care.
I'm not saying you
Okay.
should. I'm just
Delightful.
saying that's what would happen.
And that's also something ShamWow and I were
She's
talking
awesome,
about
too.
at
Look,
dinner
you
after
don't
we saw
know
the
her.
movie.
I
Of,
do.
like
And she's one of the best friends
one
we have.
really big downside of setting this
I guess I've had
Wonder Woman in
massive
World
best
War
friends,
One,
too.
even though I think World War One works
Better
better
than having
for
really
Wonder
lousy
Woman's
parents.
I
origin
would love it
story
if my
than
mom
World
was
War
mean
Two
or
does.
bossy instead of sick. But whatever. We've had our talk.
Gal Gadot fighting Nazis would have been really cool.
Sure would have.
It would have been really,
But, like-
an actual former member of the Israeli army
Oh, shit.
getting to in a
Okay.
movie just fucking wreck some fictional representations of
your mom's
Nazis
sick.
would have been
I'm so sorry.
gosh darn cathartic.
Sure
Well,
would have
if you
been.
do care.
But,
My mom had back surgery. Victoria was
you know,
there for me.
this movie is already
I feel
like
like
Captain America and
I'm
Thor,
not about tearing people down, Max.
like
I know.
just smashed
That's why I
together
wanted
in a really great way.
I'm
Done better.
glad we did.
So much better. The last act of Wonder Woman is a better version of the last act of First Avenger.
But I don't know, they changed it to World War One precisely to avoid
Yeah.
that specific thing.
Sorry, I got sticky apple hands. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Separate these two rooms. You can still hear me probably.
I don't know if the mic actually picks up that far.
We'll find out.
For the audience, this is a weird conversation potentially. SMS, what's up? Chloe. Yay, breakfast. No emoji.
I've heard a couple people, Ryan being one of them, but I've heard it in a couple other places of this movie supposedly set in World War One. Sure did feel like World War Two, and I don't really know what people mean by that. And I'm not sure how to make it more World War One-y. I was only able to have this conversation with Ryan because you can't have conversations with random reviews you read on the interwebs. And like in the conversation Ryan and I had, he eventually got to the point where he's like, I guess I'm basically just asking for the movie to be more original, which is not really a fair request to make of any movie. But I don't. I guess I'm asking one. Do you have any thoughts on this? Did you feel like it could have been more World War One E? And if so,
Anyway, I wanted to
how?
rap about that action yesterday.
I don't know. I didn't feel like it was super specific to World War One necessarily, or World War Two for that matter. I mean, like, she sure does spend a lot of time killing Germans, and like, you know, Germans also fought in World War One. But I think I don't know how controversial of a stance is, but like, the factors in World War One were a lot less, or they were a lot more like morally complicated, at least the way that they're taught these days. Like, World War II is pretty much taught these days as, like, there were bad guys, so some good guys teamed up with some guys who were also bad but weren't conquering the world and fucking killed them. I don't know.
Is Russia the not good
Yes,
guys? But
Stalin
we break up with-
is
okay.
the not good guy.
Right. Yeah.
That was intense.
That was intense.
Uh,
Everything happened so
I don't know.
fast.
There could have been a little bit
I owe
more.
Oh, yes,
maybe
you do.
I'm just
I got
looking for
knocked on
like
my ass by that
a little
kid.
more
some
costuming
personal
things.